We're officially prepping the Mark V Supra for SEMA. The RB90 Mark V Supra will be featured at the CSF booth in Central Hall this year. Huge thank you to Ravi of CSF for making this happen. Now it's time to get the car buttoned up and on the dyno before the trailer shows up to take it to Vegas.
It has the Street Alpha
logo
on here.
Street Alpha right there.
Yep.
What are we gonna make?
Between 1080 and 1100.
You should have stuck to stock B58, man. You ain't making it.
See the metal in there? Bearing material.
Which looks like what?
Copper.
So we're taking out the stock A90 Supra rack. The main reason we're taking it out is because a lot of CAN integration, we want to make sure it runs properly, and I don't want to run into any issues where we lose steering while the car is driving. So we have an X1 BMW steering rack. It's a fully electric rack. It's not a hydraulic rack, mostly because we don't have to deal with any lines, any fluid leaking or anything like that. So this is a fully replaceable alternative to something that we can use and not have to run any extra pumps or anything like that. WeissFab makes billet spacers that realign the old steering rack mounting points to the new ones, allowing the rack to sit perfectly straight. Once it's aligned, we weld the new tabs and bolt the rack in place. Our BMW X1 steering rack is in. And the tie rods I'm using are going to be from a 2006-2012 Jeep Liberty. What that means is that I can get rid of the X1 tie rod and use the Jeep Liberty tie rod, and I'm able to keep my outer tie rod to connect to the knuckle here on the Supra. To control the rack, I'm using the WeissFab E92 steering rack controller, which also works with the BMW X1 steering rack. The controller adjusts how heavy or light the steering feels with the low, medium, or high setting, depending on how it's grounded. Right now, we are going to work on the valve covers for the engine. We're gonna take these valve covers off and put the baffles in. These go in here, they stack up. You put this cover over and you RTV it all around the edge. Baffles are in, we're good to go. Next step. So I just tapped the thermostat housing here. This is gonna be for our heater hose or our water lines. We're gonna run this to the firewall, and then this one is gonna go to the firewall as well. For right now though, I don't know if I'll be needing heat in Florida, so I might just go from here to here, and then maybe later on, just swap it out. Frenchie's Performance Garage in Australia sent us over their AC kit that bolts right up to the RB stock mounts. It lets you run a Toyota Echo AC compressor, which is way cheaper and easier to replace than a factory RB26 compressor. We're powering the car with a Mechman 240 amp LS alternator. It's typically used for high power audio systems, but it gives us headroom needed for all electronics in this setup. PRP's LS alternator kit makes it an easy fit. Just swap the front pulley and bolt it right on. After tapping the thermostat housing, I installed the adapter fitting with thread seal and added all the vacuum ports for the fuel pressure regulator, brake booster, and map sensor. I also ran adapters for the coolant and oil return lines on both sides of the block. FLF Racing Supply hooked us up with all fittings, hoses, and heat sleeves that we needed to handle high temps and keep everything protected once the car is running. Compressor on, alternator on, water pump pulley gear. I had to shave down the alternator. That's the only thing I'm not crazy about, but you know, when you're looking at everything as a whole, it doesn't really stand out that much. This is our setup, guys. It looks amazing, and our car has a steering rack on it. Everything is all good to go. Action Clutch sent us over their twin disc setup, which looks to be super high quality. I sent up my flywheel to match and it came out perfect. Next, we installed the LOJ adapter plate, mounted the flywheel, and got the clutch and pressure plate bolted in, followed by the transmission. Then I was off to New York to have Goku build a custom fan shroud. So we're out here in New York, we're in Oceanside, we're heading back to Static Coatings, and my guy Jeremy picked me up to take me over there because I have no car when I'm out here for like a few days. After powder coating the shroud at Static, I flew back to Florida with some extra baggage, of course. Next, it was time for the fuel system. So Julian's gonna be wiring up the car. Oh, actually, he wants me to do it.
I'm Julian, I'm the owner of Aftermarket Industries.
Flew all the way out here to make it work. We're gonna have the brand new Street Alpha Mark V Supra fuel pump system, right? And you're gonna be having all the wiring set up for it. Yep. And it's gonna be able to support 1200.
Correct, based on your your conditions and your targets. There are several options out there. Some of the options are modifying the OEM fuel pump module,
Okay.
adding a third pump, or people call that an auxiliary pump out here, attaching it to the module,
Right.
outside the module, or they're modifying the OEM fuel pump module. The problem with the Supra, you can't have a surge tank in an open cabin because it's a hatchback. You can't do that in Australia, and even if there weren't sort of governing laws in Australia, I still wouldn't do that because you're playing with fire, literally. The main thing is safety. I wanted to develop a fuel system that is able to be installed in replacement of the OEM fuel pump module, so that completely is removed. You've opened this already.
Yeah,
So-
I checked it out a little bit. So this is designed now. First off, this isn't just a OEM fuel pump hanger system that's drilled in the top. So the top hats are modified. This is completely made from scratch.
The Chery is actually integrated into the hanger, and then using a series of quick connect hoses.
Yeah.
This is all part of the kit, so it comes fully assembled. We have two Allbro 535s in here.
Okay.
It can be installed with a brushless, so you can use the E5LM or the
Yeah.
BKS 1000 brushless, so it's compatible with that. We have our billet fuel pump bracket in here. OEM fuel level sender attaches to this. They will notice that it has the Street Alpha
Yes,
logo on here.
Street Alpha right there.
Yep.
I can see. But it is not only for this car with the RB26, it's for all Supras. Now, this
Yep.
Supra will have a little bit of a different setup because it is a custom swap. However, this also is designed to run with the factory
Correct.
system, right? It's
Correct.
pretty much plug and play.
Yeah, and we have the carbon fiber plate as well, so that's 100% carbon fiber. This will offer full surge protection, all the way
Okay.
down to 5% fuel tank capacity.
Right.
And that's not 5% fuel tank capacity just driving around. You'll be able to drive it exactly like the OEM. 2 fuel pumps, up to 40 pound of boost, 40 psi base fuel pressure, 40.5 volts, 2 fuel pumps on the 85, 2 535s will support 1200 wheels.
The initial plan was not to run a dual fuel rail system. However, I did purchase this intake manifold already set up like that, and Julian had advised me that if I want to run this setup, I can just run the 1200cc injectors for both sets.
Correct. The injectors are too big.
Yeah.
Okay. But Tukes wanted to stick with 12 injectors.
Yeah.
So he reached out to Fuel Tech. The smallest injector that they had that I was comfortable with.
Yeah.
And that's not a knock on Fuel Tech,
Right.
was the 1200 series. So we have a lot of fuel, so there's going to be a lot of tuning in terms of setting the dead times.
Yeah.
This will idle exactly like a factory car. If it's tuned well, I have no doubt you've got the Haltech in there, so
Right.
whoever's tuning will tune this well.
We're running the TurboSmart FPR10 probe regulator, mounted underneath the car to save space. Julian started designing the hose layout using crimp fittings for a really clean finish. Julian also designed custom relay mounts with LED indicators to show the fuel pump status. It's super useful for quick troubleshooting. We ran all the fuel lines, installed the fuel pump top hat, mounted the ECU, and routed the wiring to the back of the car. This setup uses 2 sets of FuelTech 1260cc injectors, which is plenty of fuel for our 1200 horsepower goal. For the final touch, we use a Motion Raceworks billet bypass adapter, keeping full line diameter with 0 restriction. I also made a custom brake booster line with a barb fitting to tie into the factory setup. We finally got our drive shaft in. Huge, huge, huge. Shout out to my guy Tony over at Autosports Engineering. Huge shout out to Mark over at Axle Exchange in New Jersey. Thank you guys so much for pulling through last minute with this. Thank you, appreciate it. With that done, we installed the drive shaft and Autosports Engineering hub adapter using a 4-bolt setup. I also found the E46 clutch line that connects directly to the Supra's OEM clutch master cylinder, which is a perfect fit since it's all BMW hardware. After that, we bled the clutch and brakes.
El pump. Oh, listen, Bobby. When you see a squirrel on the tree and you see the tree fall, the squirrel fall with the tree, or the squirrel jump off the tree.
Sí, entiendo.
Come on, lave a little smile.
I'm pumping, bro, I'm pumping.
Start pumping.
Finally, it was time to get the Supra wired up. We took it to High Boost Motorsports where Lonnie handled the wiring and CAN integration. He's one of the best in Florida, and despite the crazy 2-week SEMA deadline, he was able to get it done. So huge thanks to Lonnie for making it happen. All right, guys, so we got the Supra back from wiring, and this is what it looks like. We had to jump the starter. My starter is no good. You guys can see over there. A couple of more things have to be wired up. I'm taking the spark plugs out so we can build some oil pressure, put some oil in. I already put about 5 gallons of fuel in here, so we should have fuel, no leaks or anything like that. We're gonna check to see if there's any leaks with the oil right now once we start building oil pressure. Check all the fittings and everything I did here, make sure it's good. And then Hopefully we can start this bad boy up. Lee told me to put 1540 in here just to start up. This isn't going to be the official oil we run, but it's just to break in pretty much, just have some oil in the car. Once we go on the dyno and everything, we'll do an oil change before actually, you know, running on the dyno. But this is just 1540 weight oil, Rotella. So I have a pretty big sump in the car. I think I have about 9 quarts. That should be good for making sure that we have oil pressure at all times and enough oil in the sump. With a combination of being a rear sump, we should be all right. 4.5. Lee maybe run to the store and he actually bought these. So he bought some Coronas because we're supposed to prime the turbo.
The oil. We're priming the block to get oil pressure. Make sure we got oil flowing. So we're using the oil feed. But I always, every time I go to start a brand new motor, I chug a Corona and I crank it and get the oil pressure to fall in the Corona bottle. And we ain't had no beer, so we had to get beer. Plus it's Friday. Like, it's Friday, bro.
So he actually chugged the beer. I thought I was supposed to, but he actually chugged it, so I'm just gonna sip on mine.
Just gonna sip on it.
There we go, coming out.
Hey. 30, we made 30.
30?
30, yeah.
Okay, cool.
There you go. That's it. What was that? That's it. That's it. I get it.
As we were getting the car ready to start, I ran into one small issue with the fuel line.
Fuel on my armpit.
Hey, hook back up the front one.
I know that shit. What do you do, man? What do you do?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I think Buddy hooked the fuel lines up wrong, man. It's normal, man. I think Tukes just, you know, he was a little under the fumes and he hooked the lines up wrong. That's all. So we've been fighting fuel pressure issues for a long time, bro. He Tukes it again, bro.
I don't know if it reaches.
We can't put the flame tune on this, bro. It's too much fuel on there. Ooh. Oh, that bitch made 100 PSI. Let's turn it down.
Oh, God.
Woo, we got fuel pressure. Hey, you flying wrong, bro. It's all good. It's all good, bro. It's all good. After 5 hours of Tukes in it, we're gonna try to start this thing.
Yeah.
It should start.
I hope so.
Should start. So this is gonna be official first start for the RB90 Supra. So we ready?
Yeah, I hope so. Y'all ready to disconnect stuff if it doesn't work?
Wait, that button doesn't turn off?
I hope so. We're gonna find out right now. Ready?
Are you ready? You ready?
Everything's good over here. You checked this already.
Oh, shit. Battery's dying.
Battery's dead, bro.
It's always something, bro. I don't know if I should put this in the video. Toes is screaming, bro.
It's on 0, Lee. I don't know if you want to bump
It's
it.
starting though. It's starting. Y'all ready? Don't start. Don't start. Hey, don't sound
like a rotary, bro.
It sounds like a rotary. It's kind of fat. They're kind of fat. It's right.
Just fire. Just sound good.
Idle ain't cleared up yet. Once we get it cleared up and that shit's like rap, Jay-Z, 58, eat. Let me stop.
So before we officially get on the dyno, I'm gonna drain the oil, take the filter off, and have Lee inspect it to see if there's anything concerning in the filter.
It has a silver shimmy.
A what?
See the metal in there?
Yeah.
That's like ring filings. So
There's no RTV or nothing in there. No freaking
that's not what we worry about. Bearing material.
Which looks like what?
Copper.
Is there
Or
copper in
gold.
it?
No, there's none in there.
Okay.
All right, it has like, it's got that grayish look to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like, you know, ring filings and stuff. Anything that got left in the motor like dust and dirt, the first filter always catches it. But you want to make sure we don't see no big clump of metal or anything crazy. And that is pretty good because usually like the metal will end up sitting at the bottom. Usually if something's wrong, On first startup, you'll know pretty quick. For us assembling this engine in not a clean room, like, you know, when I say not a clean room, not like a climate control.
It's pretty good, no?
No, this is really good. I've had motors start up and it's been sitting so long that you just see like little dust and dirt and RTV.
Yeah.
Now that our oil inspection checks out, we're running Valvoline VR1 2050 weight oil as our official oil to keep the RB healthy. With the larger oil sump, we're filling it to 9 quarts to ensure there's plenty of oil volume and to monitor for any pressure drop under load. Now it's time to put the bumper back on and get ready to strap the car down for the dyno.
Bro, are you excited yet?
I'm a little nervous. Just a little nervous. A little bit.
Yo, you still got a sticker on the display, bro.
I know. I don't want to take it off yet until it's permanent.
All right. Take it.
Where the fuck is reverse at?
First drive, baby.
Where's reverse at?
As the car was backing out of the shop, we started to hear a funny noise coming from the engine bay. And what it ended up being was the water pump pulley bolts were not secure, so we just had to tighten them up.
The RB90 Supra completed. So we're about to get on a dyno. We got all the wiring done. Huge shout out to Lonnie from High Boost Motorsports for getting all the harness done. And huge shout out to Lee for getting everything done in about 1 day. So he got everything done in a day. And for me, it took me about six weeks for me to get everything together, which Lee probably could have did in 2 days, but we're here, we're finally here. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put, well, we have 93 in the car right now, and then I have to run to the gas station to get some E85, and then we'll send it. So hopefully we can make some big power. Right now we have 9.6 hot side on the car, so hopefully we should be able to make over 1,000 horsepower. Right now I just want to see 4 digits. That's it. So if we can get to 1,000, I'll be happy, and then we can fine tune later on.
You know we gotta do it. Oh my god, he stalled. Somebody get a camera.
Hey, you gotta slip it a little bit more.
Huh?
You gotta slip it a little bit more.
Drive like Chris, bro.
Where does this go backwards? Backwards? Alright, up forward. Left and backwards, right. Alright, roll backwards and roll it. So it's a little hard to drive. Lee didn't let me know about this. So it is a little bit of a difficult car to drive. It's very race car-ish. That's not what I asked for. I wanted a BMW feeling car, like a stock feel. And unfortunately the pedal feels off, the clutch is very hard. So we might have to rethink this whole situation.
So he has a 20-pound spring, and this thing's probably gonna boost creep a little bit up top. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna make a 2D table, right, of ethanol content and boost. Actually 3D, because it'll have RPM also. So when he's on 93, the car's not gonna rev as high. As soon as he put the 85 in the car, it's gonna rev to the moon.
CD.
That's all the Toyotas are like that.
See that right there? All the Toyotas like that? You're probably blowing the speakers out of the camera. Sound like a real race car.
Only thing is the throttle is not opening all the way. That could be why it's running slow too weak.
So throttle body is, the plate is not opening all the way, which is why I stalled out twice. Haitian.
No. Oh my God! Blaming that! Blaming that! Hey, I installed one time on the Dyno.
That's why I stalled out. I'm a professional. I'll do this.
So Lee noticed on the dyno that the RPM was not increasing when he was pressing the gas pedal, so we pulled the throttle body off and the plate was barely moving. So all it needed was a recalibration. It was calibrated before, but I guess when he loaded the new base map, it probably had to be recalibrated again. We're not sure, but either way, the issue was addressed.
It's like mad oil. Watch. See, I told you that's why I cut off. So I should have went with a Garrett, huh? Don't disrespect my sponsors. Don't do it.
Shout out to Precision. So that's 25 pounds. That's actually real healthy. We finally turned on the boost controller.
Okay.
And we revved it some more. So I revved it to 8,500.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's pretty healthy. That's pretty much what.
So what are you going to send it to?
I mean, it seems really happy. I want to see what 30 pounds will do.
Okay.
I think 30 pounds we should be right at 1,000. Still have a lot of headroom with timing. From wastegate pressure on the 736 to the 840 was 2 degrees and 4 pounds. That was it.
Okay.
But that's because I was like, I didn't want to do a pull with no timing in it.
Right.
But other than that, I mean, yo.
Alright guys, so we're gonna stop right here. We actually made 900 horsepower on the dyno. Wastegate made about 750, I believe. We're gonna stop here because I think that our turbo is kind of out of back housing. So this is a Gen 2. This isn't the next gen turbo. So we have Precision sending us the next gen because of this issue. I knew it was gonna be a problem already because it's a used turbo. I bought it used and it's pretty old and probably used or rebuilt apparently. So 900 is good enough just for us to get the car to SEMA. So right now, we're good. This is what we made on wastegate, 730. So 5,500, we're at full boost. It's kind of late, but I guess because of the cams, that's pushing the RPM or the power more to the right of the graph. And then we have 900 here. So that's good enough for, I guess, break into. This is the first time the car has ever been on a dyno. So we're good right here. So until Precision sends us the new turbo, I'm not sure if I want to go with the 80 mil. Lee is saying go with the 80 mil. I think we should stick with the 76, 75 next gen, but with the bigger back housing. But I guess we'll have to figure that out maybe after SEMA. But for now, we're gonna get some other things buttoned up and then make sure that we are good to go for SEMA. fucking weird hearing it from that car though.
Sounds good.
So as I drove the car home to put some miles on it, my clutch master cylinder broke. Part of the reason why this car is tricky to drive is because the twin disc clutch that's in the car and the plastic master cylinder that BMW provides. There's just not enough pressure to engage the twin disc clutch with the plastic BMW clutch master cylinder. So with exactly 1 week left before SEMA, I had to reach out to a company called RiseFab to have them overnight me a clutch master cylinder bracket so I can fit the Tilton clutch master cylinder to the A90 pedal assembly. So Jazz ended up helping me out to modify the clutch pedal so we can fit the Tilton clutch master cylinder. And now we're back in action and ready to hit the dyno with the new turbo setup.
It's crunch time for SEMA and we have our engine bay kinda sorted. So we ended up swapping out the 7675 Gen 2 and going with the next gen. I had this turbo sitting for about maybe 6 months now, but it looks way better. And my friend Julian over here, all the way from Australia, said that I should probably leave it cast, which I agree because it looks much better. This is the old turbo. And as you guys can see, Julian pointed out that it doesn't spin much, right? So if you look at this, this is the Gen 2. Big difference. So there was definitely something going on there for sure. Not really sure if that's why it made 900. Could be, potentially, but we're gonna find out. Lee also had to shave down the hot side of the turbo because it is a little bit larger than our old 0.96 hot side. So he did a great job shaving it down. I didn't even notice it, but it came out really good. And then also Julian did a fabulous job polishing. So we're gonna see if we can get some sandpaper or some type of some type of material to scuff it down to get this other texture off. And if we can do that, I think it'll look A1. And then also he did the fuel rails here too. So there's a few more things that we have to do to get this car ready for SEMA. I don't know if I showed you guys this, but we have all of our lines. We want hard lines for the wastegate. So we just wanted to make sure we didn't have any lines, melting or anything like that, because I've had that on the S2000 years ago. So Lee did a good job doing all the hard lines for the wastegate. So we made 970, 100 horsepower more at the same boost. I think it was 29 pounds. And our torque is a little bit higher, 683. So really probably 700 horsepower, torque. So we're almost at 1,000. Lee is gapping the plugs now, but our numbers are looking much better overall. And the boost is coming in a little bit sooner now that we have a larger hot side. So now we're at 1.20 as opposed to the 0.96. So this engine combination with the cams and everything loves the bigger hot side because it flows a lot of air. So it's actually running really well right now with the larger hot side and also the better turbo, because the last turbo we had, the wheel wasn't spinning well. So yeah, we're on our way to 1,000. What are we gonna make? What are we gonna make? What do you think we're gonna make?
Max between 1080 and 1100.
1100?
Yeah.
Okay. What about you?
Off of this pool or the final number?
Max.
You was talking about the B58. Let's hear it.
Oh, okay. That shit's gonna make 990. If that.
990.
990, bro. You ain't making
Why you
it.
hating, bro?
You should have stuck to stock B58, bro. You already
Yo.
made that.
All right, what do we think?
He's
He's an RV hater. So what do we think? How much power are we gonna make?
I say 1050.
1050?
1050.
Okay.
Hey, Lee, bro. You ain't making it, bro. You ain't making it.
Yo, hater.
Fuck you make 10 more horsepower. You ain't making it. It's okay, though. It's okay.
We gonna see. So he said, what did you say, 990?
Yeah, you gonna make 990, man.
20 more horsepower. What do you think, Lee?
We're going straight to 11. Fuck it.
Straight to 11.
Let's go.
Yo! Oh man. 977. Almost 700 torque. Yo man, put it on 40 pounds, bro. We need to see 40 pounds.
So I know what you're thinking. Why didn't I run a reservoir tank? Well, to be honest, I prioritized other parts of the build and I kind of forgot to make time to figure out where we were going to put the reservoir tank. So it's either an issue with the gasket or the heads lifting. So we'll have to address that later on, but this isn't why we pulled the motor out. Unfortunately, my steering rack broke as I was backing off the dyno, so we had to pull the motor all the way out in order for us to re-weld the rack and put the motor back in. Mind you, this is happening one day before the trailer comes for my car to be picked up to head to Vegas for SEMA.
All right, guys, I am smoked. I have not slept in about 24 hours. I literally woke up 24 hours ago. No, actually it's 9 o'clock now, so 26 hours ago. This is how far I've gotten. Spent all night doing the wire tuck, putting the transmission back in because the shifter was off. This is where we are at. I did a wire tuck, except for the hood latch, of course. I tucked all the wires. Didn't take too long, maybe about an hour or so. Dre sprayed the downpipe because it was scratched up. We got the new turbo in, the NGR turbo filter, and we're still waiting on the center cover, which will be here today, but unfortunately it won't be here in time. But we have these new fittings, which are sick. These CSF Dime PSI collaboration fittings, and super cool, quick connect. It's difficult to get this on and off because it's 20 AN. But if you're doing 10 AN, anything smaller than that, it's not as bad. I'm trying to get this done in time. It's really hard because I don't have a crimp machine, so I might just have to take an L. Oh, we have these new caps too. Shout out to Visual AutoWorks. These spinners. So we got some floating center caps, which is pretty cool. And then of course, on the back, we have the same thing for the center caps. No, these are not Meisters, but they're close enough. They're Meister bead locks. I wanted to match the fronts, so VCF was able to make the wheel, and we got a little cool Street Alpha thing on the side too, with their VCF performance in the bottom. They came with center caps, but I wanted to match the front and the back. So people may hate it because they're not Meisters, right? But honestly, I don't care. I have real Meisters literally right here, authentic, and the ones in the front are legit. So I don't really care. First time bringing my car to SEMA, or bringing any car to SEMA, big accomplishment for me. Something that I've never really thought I would do, but I'm doing it. So huge shout out to Rabbi from CSF for making this happen. This would not happen without him. He's been super accommodating throughout the whole process. Even when I was going through my struggles with this whole build and so on, he's just always been there and he's always been supportive. So thank you so much, Rabbi, for making this happen. I've been stressed out because I want the car to be up to their standards, but there's a couple things I'm not crazy about that we just have to deal with. So the lip has some nicks on it, but honestly, it is what it is. As far as I know, a lot of cars don't end up running when they go to SEMA. It's just a bunch of cars that are kind of put together and not really running. My goal for this was to have a car that was running. That was my biggest thing. I don't want to go to SEMA if my car is not running, because I've been trailing my car around for the past 6 months to a year. I'm tired of it. So this is a running SEMA car that we are going to bring to SEMA and enjoy in Vegas, and then head off the GTR festival. As you guys hear, GTR, or actually RB in the background.
So with 2 hours left before the trailer arrived, JDM Dre and his team came over to detail the car and fully polish it before it gets ready to go to SEMA. Now, if you guys are at SEMA, make sure you stop by the CSF booth in Central Hall if you guys want to check out the RB90 Mark V Supra.